Okay, can you hear me now? Did I fix it? Hell yeah. You can hear me enjoy a cookie brownie from Domino's. Oh, is there whooshing noises? I can turn off my fan. Hold on. I like having white noise. Alright, let's go. I need to get back to my. Okay, is there a way that I can, like, pin that window to, like, be always in front of me? Because, um, every time I click to a different window, the chat disappears. I'll cross the making sure my computer audio is working when I get there. Damn, that's really unhelpful. Oh, okay. Trey, is there a way that I can, like, pin the chat window so that it doesn't go away when I click to a different window? Windows button Control T. Okay, I clicked those. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. Right now I just have it set up so that the chat is on the right part of my screen and then the rest of everything is on the left part. So I think I'm just gonna keep it like that. Okay. This is the first 3 games of Phoenix Wright. Let's start. This is number 1. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This game came out in like the early mid 2000s. The first case, very boring. Oh, oh, on my phone I can do that. Okay, okay. I'll do that. Let me fiddle around. Okay, okay, can you see like the full screen now? I slid it over now that I don't need the chat up on my computer. I'm also gonna crack into this pizza. It's just sitting next to me. Okay, I got a delicious mushroom and onion. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. I also brought out my real mouse for this, so we're gonna have some real sensitive clicking. Phoenix Wright. Oh, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This game is the first game. It takes place in the mid 2010s. If you play the games, you might not know that they take place in the mid-2010s to late 2010s because everyone uses flip phones and fax machines because the games were made in the mid-2000s. The first turnabout is the first case that you play. It's Phoenix's first case as a lawyer, and you're defending your best friend, Larry Butts, who looks like Colin, under the tutelage of this foxy lady, Mia Fey. Nothing really important happens. It's just like establishing characters. You do not play against Edgeworth in this case. Alright. The next one. Turnabout Sisters. This one's really important. This young woman, Maya Fey, is accused of killing Mia Fey. Mia Fey is dead. It's your first case against Edgeworth, and it's your first time meeting Dick Gumshoe, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Very important. Red White is found guilty. I wrote his name out because I vaguely remembered him coming back, but I didn't mention him again in the rest of this presentation, so you can ignore that. He's the CEO of a blackmail company, and he's found guilty. Maya is added to the Right legal team due to her spiritual powers. She can channel dead people. So she can channel Mia Fey, who's dead, to help Phoenix in court. Uses fax machine. Yeah, I mean, it's not like... I don't remember the ins and outs of how his company works, but his name is Red White, and he's the owner of Blue Corp, and he just has information on people and sells it, and he's the CEO. Okay. Is this the next one? Yes. Okay. Next is Turnabout Samurai. This is the Steel Samurai. He's very important. Remember the Steel Samurai. Will Powers. He's Mark Zuckerberg. Got him. Yes. Okay, so Will Powers, who plays the Steel Samurai, is accused of murdering his co-star. Edgeworth, this is the first case that he prosecutes. No, it's not. It's not. I'm lying. Edgeworth prosecutes this case. Edgeworth also loves the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai is like Power Rangers. It's like a kids show. Edgeworth loves the Steel Samurai. The true culprit is found to be one of the producers. This is the first time we meet Wendy Oldbag. Wendy Oldbag is one of the worst characters to ever exist in fiction. I kind of love her. And then this is Will Powers. Also, one of the... I didn't put his picture in, and I didn't mention him, but one of the, witness testimonies that you get in this trial, his name is Sal Manella. That's he said my wife while eating tortilla chips and having a hair bonnet on. What a queen. Alright, so this one is probably the most important trial that happens in the first game. Turnabout Goodbyes. Edgeworth is accused of murdering Robert Hammond, who's a defense attorney. The prosecution is Edgeworth's mentor and adoptive father, Manfred von Karma. This is the first discussion of the DL6 incident. The DL6 incident happened 15 years before the first game. Edgeworth's father was murdered. I've included a picture of it. So this is Edgeworth's father. This is Edgeworth. This is someone named Yanni Yogi. The elevator was stopped, and a bullet shot through the window. I have a little bit of foreshadowing here for you with this imagery. And Edgeworth's father died. Now, Yanni Yogi was found guilty, and he pled insanity. Robert Hammond was his defense attorney. So Yenny Yogi went into hiding. Like his whole life got destroyed, basically. And then suddenly, Edgeworth is accused of murdering Robert Hammond, who sent Yenny Yogi into a life of exile, basically. Edgeworth is found innocent, and then Von Karma is found guilty through some hijinks, specifically with a bullet that was found lodged in his arm that he kept there for 15 years. That matched the bullet that shot Edgeworth's father. So Von Karma is found guilty of murdering Miles's father for literally no reason. Like, absolutely, this man is just a psychopath. And that's true. So Von Karma is now in jail. Maya returns to the village of Karain for spirit medium training. So she is not in the next trial. That goes hard? Yes. And you might be wondering, who's this guy? This is Yenny Yogi's parrot. Oh wait, hold on. I just included DL6 stuff. Yenny Yogi, this guy, is found guilty of murdering Robert Hammond for, like, quote unquote, destroying his life or whatever. This is Yenny Yogi's parrot. Yenny Yogi's parrot provides witness testimony by repeating back things that Yenny Yogi had said around it. And that's how you find Yenny Yogi guilty of murdering Robert Hammond. This is the first, but not the last, animal that you will cross-examine in the Ace Attorney franchise. Like that one Black Mirror episode where the guy fucks a pig. The first thing happens in Twin Peaks. Oh. Okay. Next, Rise of the Ashes. This is a DLC case. This was not in the Game Boy version of the game. This was only in the DS version of the game. But there are a few important things. Lana Skye, who's the chief prosecutor in LA, is accused of murdering a detective. Emma Skye, her down here, convinces Phoenix to defend her, and this uncovers another really important case called SL9, I think. I didn't write it down. Which is a 2-year history of cover-ups connected to a serial killer Edgeworth convicted, which Police Chief Damon Gant used as blackmail to gain power in the entire legal system of LA. I wrote here, least corrupt LA cop. I don't remember the ins and outs, but basically there was a lot of, like, hoo-ha around this. Gant is found guilty of the murder of the detective and another person whose murder was attributed to the serial killer. This rocks Edgeworth's world. He's like, I need a break. So he takes time off to focus on his mental health. And Emma Skye wants to be a forensics detective. This is important for later. Oh no, did my mouse die? I think it's on the fritz. Okay. Second game. Phoenix Wright Justice for All. This one also takes place in the mid-2010s. How did they have DLC in Game Boy games? It was included in the Nintendo DS version, but it wasn't in the original Game Boy version. So, it wasn't really, like, it wasn't downloadable content. It was just like an add-on, but everyone calls it a DLC. Oh, never mind, Dan told me. Okay, cool. Okay, The Lost Turnabout. This cop in the top right corner is accused of killing another officer. Dick Gumshoe, this guy in the bottom right corner, who I love Dick Gumshoe, is absolutely in love with her. Before the trial begins, Phoenix is hit over the head with a fire extinguisher and suffers amnesia. Someone slips a different phone into his pocket too. It's like a weird, like, trying to convince him that he's someone that he isn't. But he still has to go through with the trial, but he doesn't even know who he is. And then Maya comes back halfway through and reminds him who he is. And then Maggie is set free. Okay, reunion turnabout. It starts with a flashback where Maya is asked to perform a professional channeling, and the client who asked her to do this ends up dead while she is spirit channeling. Maya is arrested for murder because no one believes that she was channeling a spirit and therefore couldn't have killed anyone. The prosecutor is Franziska von Karma. That's right, there's a second von Karma. A second von Karma has hit the towers. The killer was some random person who was visiting Crane at the time. The co-conspirator was Morgan Fay, Maya's aunt, Maya Fay. Morgan Fay wanted to make sure her daughter Pearl, who's over here, would become leader of the Karain channeling technique, which is what Maya is like being kind of set up to like become the leader of it. So she was like, I'm gonna make sure Maya's behind bars so that Pearl can take over. Obviously that doesn't work. Maya hasn't killed anyone. This is Franziska von Karma. Who slipped this page in here? I don't know. She's a queen. She's an icon. She, I think, is like 19 or something. She's like a child prodigy. That's the lesbian flag. She's German. She has a whip. She's got a lot going on. She's really fun. She also hates men. You can extrapolate details from there. Turnabout Big Top, horrible. This is the worst case in the entire franchise. So I just stole a quote from a Reddit user when I was going through to see like other people's recaps to remember things. Phoenix and Maya defend a star magician from a circus full of shitty, annoying people. That's the entire case. The important things that happen are outside of the case. Edgeworth, he leaves a suicide note, tells no one, he's presumed dead. Phoenix is in shambles because his best friend, husband, boyfriend, rival is dead. Turns out, he was just in Germany for a little bit, and then he kind of gets himself together and returns to LA. But his and Phoenix's relationship is not good at this point. Okay. Farewell, my turnabout. Buckle in. Matt on guard, who plays the Nickel Samurai, is accused of killing his rival. Maya is kidnapped by an assassin named Shelly the Killer, who demands acquittal for On Guard. Phoenix is like, okay, we both have the same goal, because I'm defending my On Guard. Why did you kidnap Maya? Franziska is supposed to be the prosecution, but gets shot and hospitalized by the killer, and Edgeworth takes over. This is like the first time Edgeworth comes back in Phoenix's life, and Phoenix is like, dude, in the middle of a case, On Guard is actually guilty. This is the first client that you have to defend who is guilty. And he hired the killer to murder his like acting rival. So he didn't actually murder anyone, but conspiracy to murder. The killer is convinced to release Maya, and I think the killer and On Guard both go to jail. Third game, Trials and Tribulations. You'll notice I didn't put like a year range date here because this game takes you all over. The first case, Turnabout Memories, it follows Mia Fey. Remember her from the first trial of the first game? 5 years before anything else has happened so far. Phoenix Wright is her client. He's been charged with the murder of one of his classmates. Dahlia Hawthorne, Phoenix's girlfriend, was actually guilty and was planning on killing Phoenix as well, with poison. And actually, I forgot to write this down, but she does poison Mia's partner as well. That might be a different part, though. We'll get to that. Anyways, it's at this point that Phoenix is like, that was so cool. I'm studying law. Once I'm out of school, can I become like your under your wing guy? So this is Dahlia. It's very important that you remember her face. And this is Feeny. This is Phoenix in college. He's so in love with her. Everyone calls him Feeny. This is the next trial, the Stolen Turnabout. You defend a thief named Ron Delight, because he may be a thief, but he is not a murderer. This is his gorgeous wife. I can't remember her name. She's really not actually that important to the plot, but she's very pretty. This is your first time facing off against Godot, who's down here. This is just casually what he looks like. Ron is acquitted, but with the evidence that you bring in to acquit him of this murder, it looks like he's guilty of a completely different murder. So then another trial happens for that murder. Turns out Ron isn't guilty. It was a corrupt private investigator named Luke Atme who was the real culprit. None of this really matters. But it does introduce Godot, and Godot is important. There's a Char clone in Ace Attorney. Alex, I wish I could tell you that I know what that means. Okay. This next one. This is the second worst trial. Because it's not as frustrating as Turnabout, but it's just kind of a slog to get through. As you'll see, I wrote yawn from Wikipedia. Phoenix is informed he supposedly failed to properly defend former client Maggie Bird against accusations of poisoning programmer Glenn Elg. Realizing someone impersonated him, Phoenix secures a retrial and conducts his own investigation, discovering that Elg was developing a computer virus on behalf of loan shark Furio Tigre. He deduces Tigre killed Elg to steal the virus, needing money to repay a large debt to a mob boss before framing Maggie and posing his right to ensure her conviction. Despite no conclusive evidence, Phoenix manages to get Tigre arrested by tricking him into identifying the bottle of poison used in the murder, exposing himself as the killer. So as you can see, nothing of note happened. And then we go to the next trial. Turnabout Beginnings. This one's also important. This one follows Mia's first trial. So this is 6 years. 1 year before the other trial where we played as Mia. And this is also Edgeworth's first trial. Aww. She and her legal partner, Armando, are defending a death row inmate named Terry Falls, who's accused of murdering Valerie Hawthorne. Do you remember the other Hawthorne? Very important. Yada yada. The whole scheme is like a robbery, and there's a body in a car, and there's jewels and a bridge, and someone gets pushed off the bridge, and there's photographs taken at different angles, whatever. The important thing is that Dahlia killed Valerie Hawthorne. She killed her older sister. Dahlia, I wish I had written this down. I was like, it's fine, I'll remember it. So Dahlia murders Valerie and frames Valerie's boyfriend. And then Dahlia poisons Valerie's boyfriend So it forces a mistrial, and she's freed because I guess there wasn't evidence that wasn't like testimony from Valerie's boyfriend or something. Yeah, so mistrial is forced. Dahlia is walking free, which is why 1 year after this is when Mia does convict her of murder. Bridge to the Turnabout. This one is a very, very long, arduous trial to get through. But luckily for you, we've condensed it down to this page. Phoenix, Maya, and Pearl are at a mountain retreat center when a woman is murdered. A nun named Iris is suspected of doing this murder. Maya, who cannot be found, she is missing in action, is also suspected because when a murder happens and Maya happens to sort of almost be near where it happened, Maya will get thrown in jail. Phoenix, while looking for Maya, falls into a river and gets really sick and needs to be hospitalized. So Edgeworth and Franziska fill in as Iris's defense, and Maya's. Phoenix returns and reveals that the woman murdered was Maya's long-lost mother, Misty Fey, and that Iris is responsible. Face crack of the century. This is Iris. Does she look familiar? Are we all seeing something here? Maybe I can, jog your memory a bit. Does she maybe look like someone that we know? Okay. I lied when I said that there was one page. This trial was so long that I spread it around 3 pages. Misty Fey, Maya's mom. Her death was orchestrated by Maya's Aunt Morgan, the same one that tried to get Maya arrested for murder in order to make sure Pearl was the leader in Karain. The murder of Misty was orchestrated by Morgan and Iris. Iris claims that she is Dahlia's twin sister, which is true. Dahlia has a twin sister named Iris, but the Iris that we see is actually Dahlia being channeled through Maya, which is why no one can find Maya, because they're looking at the spirit of recently executed Dahlia Hawthorne in Maya's body. Dan, I love your emoji reactions. Pearl, in response to this, channels Mia to exorcise Dahlia out of Maya. And then the real Iris is found guilty of being an accomplice to the murder, but not the murderer. It's actually found that Godot murdered Misty to protect Maya from Dahlia. Really convoluted. I don't know what I thought these games were about, but it was certainly not most of this. Yeah. There's a lot happening in this series. So Godot's real name is Diego Armando. Let's go back. Where is it? Yeah, Mia and her legal partner Armando. So Godot's name is Diego Armando, and he was Mia Fey's, law partner and mentor. And Armando, after the trial where Dahlia was found guilty, she figured out how to poison him, but it didn't kill him, it just gave him amnesia. So he didn't remember like some stuff, and then it's really convoluted. So yeah, so he has a grudge against Phoenix because he thinks that Phoenix is the reason that Mia died, and there's all this weird stuff. But yeah, basically what you need to know, Godot is Armando, who is Mia's law partner, and he killed Misty. Iris, the real Iris, reveals that she was actually who Phoenix dated in college because Phoenix was so in love with Dahlia that Iris stepped in and pretended to be Dahlia to protect him from her. Here's some extras. So that's like the story. This is just like things of note that happen. Phoenix decided to become a lawyer because he saw an article about Edgeworth becoming a prosecutor and decided to get a law degree so that he could ask him why he didn't become a defense attorney like his father. Phoenix got a law degree so that he could ask Edgeworth a question. This lore makes so much more sense to me than Dark Souls lore because this is all gossip. It's true. This is all like palace intrigue. Okay, Magatamas. Why didn't Phoenix just send a fax to Edgeworth instead? I think he just wanted to like see him and maybe kiss him a little, you know? You can't kiss me through the fax, you know? So Magatamas, I forgot to bring them up earlier, which is why I tacked them on in here. They're little tear-shaped rocks that allow you to see. In the game, it's visualized as little boxes with locks on them that are in someone's brain, and when you talk to them and like ask them leading questions to get to like a truth from them, those boxes unlock, and those are called psych locks. And Maya gives one of these to Phoenix so that he can like get the truth out of people. So that's like Phoenix's superpower, basically. I know so many explicit plans go. Normal gossip. Being someone's known for gossip. You're currently lurking. What are you cooking, Trey? Are you cooking a Domino's pizza? Okay. So after Edgeworth and Phoenix reconnected in the first game, after that first trial, they talk after the trial. Because also, so Phoenix, Edgeworth, and Larry Butts, the guy who defended the first trial, they all went to elementary school together. And then after Edgeworth was orphaned and then taken in by Von Karma, he's like sent away to like a rich school or something. I don't know. I think that's when he goes to Germany. Anyways, after Edgeworth and Phoenix reconnect in the first game, they talk about like, hey, I haven't seen you in so long, blah blah blah. And Edgeworth says, Phoenix, you shouldn't have come back because now that you're in my life, I'm suddenly saddled with unnecessary feelings. So you can read from that what you want. All of the games take place in a reality where California was colonized by Japan and therefore everything is Japanese, but they love to eat burger. This was the easiest explanation I could think of. Basically, the original game is like a parody of the Japanese legal system, so it's very Japanese. And like everything's like very like punny and sarcastic on Japanese culture. And when they localized it to the US, they just sort of like replaced things, but like not in a cohesive way. So it does take place in Los Angeles. And Maya loves to eat hamburgers. But everything else is not at all American. And it's still like a parody of like Japanese culture, kind of. So it gets a little strange. But yeah, so that's the first three games. Does anyone have any questions? I'm gonna load up the game. I think California doesn't benefit from imperial rule. They can't be trusted with self-governance. That's true. I think Orange County, in particular, could benefit from like a dictator. It was mentioning that the attorneys have to secure the same sense of the clients. No. In LA, that is not the case. That is the case in a second location that is featured not in Apollo Justice, but in 2 games after that. So the third game in this trilogy that just got released. Is that the case in real life Japan? No, it is not. But in Japan, it's very, like in real life Japan and in the game, they have like an insane conviction rate. Because it's basically like guilty until proven innocent. So like if you're found, like if you're being tried for something, you'll probably go to jail. Even if you're innocent. Okay. Is the case challenge? I don't think it is. These characters in Capcom techniques. Yes, Phoenix is in Marvel vs. Capcom, and so is I. I don't know how to do that. Is that like... does that work? Dan, did that work? No, he doesn't. Phoenix, is a never nude. Oh, now it's too quiet? Okay. What about now? We're at a duck under the wood. Quack! A little quieter. Quack. Is that good? Sweet. Okay, anyway. Okay, when I turned this game on last night to just go through like the extras and like the art book and everything, oh my god, I almost started crying. Because I've been waiting for this for so long, and I'm so excited. Uh, so high def. Let's get into it. Uh, First of all, I want to show you something. This is the orchestra hall. This is so fun. Let me put on the less look. So, this is a port. So, this is a port of Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and Spirit Justice. Yes, Spirit Justice. Let me. Yeah, Spirit Justice. So this is a port of the 3 games after the original trilogy. But it has like this little orchestra. Oh, it's so cute. And I'm not gonna show you the art because it will have spoilers. But it does have like an animation studio. um, which I don't understand how to do. Like I don't really get the point of it, but it's interesting. It loads. So here's Apollo Justice. And then you can like change. Here, let's do it. Ferris AirPod. Mouse is not working. Okay. Like that. And then you can make him say things. So I don't really get the point of that part of this, but I guess that'll be something. Others can go down by 2 and 3. Okay. Is that better? I have to take a potion. So I'm really grateful. Yes. Ellen's potion. Alright. Let's get into the. Look at that. 2007 to 2024. Turnabout Trump. You wanna know who the killer is? Just have to wait and find out. Oh, this looks so good. Imagine this at like 480p on a DS screen. That's how I experience this. Yeah, I also moved my computer closer to me now that I'm not using my mouse. So I don't need my mouse pad on my lap. So hopefully I should be a bit louder too. Lag on your end? I don't know how to do anything about that. April 20th? Ayy. Oh wait, okay. Is there a way that I can fix that? Wow. Um, see encoder. Are there solutions to this? Because y'all are saying words that I don't know. Can't fix it while I'm streaming. Oh, I'm using OBS. Honestly, I can switch this over to Discord. Because I don't think there's anyone else besides the people who I have on Discord in here. I'm sending the output, but really large percentage. Oh, okay. How do we feel about moving to Discord? OBS really confuses me. I'm saying ASAP. Time between reading the message and reading. Oh yeah, I figured. That will likely work better. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to stop this stream and then go into the whatever gaming Discord we already have. Okay. Bye.